Good morning, folks. Freddie Vasquez here. Basement Politics Rush Hour Report. Good morning. I am Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Rush Hour Report. News, weather, and traffic update. Good morning. Good morning. Today is Thursday. Beautiful day. Current temperature is 37 degrees. Going up to a high of 50 degrees today, folks. Sounds like it's going to be a beautiful day. The sun is out. Low of 30. However, currently it's 37 degrees. And I can't wait till it hits 50 degrees today. How are you doing this morning, folks? I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Rush Hour Report. Let's take a look at the traffic. Any one of you on the road or about to head on the road? Let's look at traffic. It's almost 9 o'clock. Many of you should be already at work. I'm going to be heading out to the office soon. Traffic is actually moving. Not too bad. Slow, but moving on all the parkways, Cross County, Hutch, Bronx River, as well as the Saw Mill. You'll find some slight slow moving vehicles there, but not bumper to bumper traffic. It is moving. Get to work, get to work, get to work. Good morning. Did you guys see Mr. Rubo last night? Councilman Rubo did a Zoom meeting or a Zoom town hall where he brought on, once again, the most important people in Yonkers right now, Sustainable Westchester. He had the gentleman, Jason Baker, who actually works for the city of Yonkers, folks. Many people think that he works for Sustainable Westchester, and I can understand why. I can understand why you make that mistake, because I made the same mistake. And I made that mistake because Mr. Baker, who is the Director of Sustainability for the city of Yonkers, seems like he is the owner of Sustainable Westchester. I mean, he is really pitching these guys hard. A lot of it is fluff. They talk in circles. And the most important thing, they say it and they say it quick and then they move on. And that is, what will the pricing be? And they've contradicted themselves, because Mr. Baker was on Yonkers Voice on Tuesday, where he went on to say that the price was not affected by the enrollment, which was contradictory to what they had said prior in the city council meeting. The fact is that their prices are based on the amount of energy that they're going to purchase from the energy supplier. Now, that amount that they are going to purchase is based on the amount of enrollment. So yes, the more people enrolled, the more energy they can purchase, the better price they negotiate. In fact, they said the reason why they did the automatic enrollment, where they forced you in, was because they wanted to secure last year's price. They had to guarantee the energy supply that they were going to have X amount of customers in order to have last year's price. Otherwise, it would go up to this year's price, which is more than what they're offering, but also a lot more than some have been paying for Con Edison. And yes, Con Edison has gone up recently, right? But it will also go back down. That's nothing new. That's called a variable rate. It goes up and it goes down. But what you need to focus on, the most important thing when determining how much you will pay, and what they don't do in these presentations, that is the most important factor, is to give you an average. Give you an average of what a customer had paid for Con Edison and Sustainable Westchester, or when they were Northern Westchester Energy Action Consortium, because that's who they used to be, Southern Sustainable Westchester. Northern Westchester Energy Action Consortium was formed in 2010. Then in 2014, they requested a name change. Sustainable Westchester, Inc. was born on July 29, 2014. Again, prior to that, it was Northern Westchester Action Consortium, which was created on December 9th of 2010. The purpose of the corporation is, once they did the name changes, is to improve the health and welfare of communities in New York State by coordinating and implementing energy efficient conservation and sustainability efforts by and among local residents and local governments in Westchester. There was a whole thing about it. You had to go to the state and get permission. They even had to get permission about this rollout. In fact, they wanted to give you only, I believe it was 9 or 10 days to opt out. But when they introduced this to the estate, they told them they needed to at least give them 20, and they came back and said, we can give them 14. And ultimately, they settled on 20. But why didn't they want to give you enough time to roll out? If it's such a great program, why do they have to force you in and give you very minimal time to opt out? And those that are saying, oh, you can just opt out easily, like the Lorraine Lopez's, the self-proclaimed hired gun. It takes time, and it won't opt out right away. Sure, you can go on and opt out in 2 minutes, but it will take several billing cycles for you to actually get out of the program. So going back to variable rate and fixed rate, in my experience, because I've dealt with energy companies who've offered fixed rates, in the long run, you will pay more. Because while variable rates fluctuate up and down, many times with those rates, you're going to get more downs than up. So over time, you do an average. So while it would have went up, might have been some months that it was up more than Sustainable Westchester. If it was down more over time, you would have saved hundreds of dollars. Does that make sense? You have to understand the average. And I love how they talk about misinformation, but they are giving you misinformation and contradictory information. You have to pay attention. Lorraine Lopez likes to tell you that the price of Con Edison is going up. Then Sustainable Westchester tells you, well, we can't predict what the prices will be. We can't tell you that. So they sell you on the whole idea of it's green energy. And why do you think we have so much flooding? Well, I want to know, was the Great Flood in the Bible the result of climate change? Is that what happened, really? Is it climate change that causes flooding? Well, it's a fact that Congress knew for the past 2 years now that we were going to see significant increase in flooding. They didn't say it was because of climate change. They didn't mention that. They just quietly warned local municipalities. I was told this information by someone who is close to the inside, and they just wanted to prepare people, the municipalities. So they knew about this. Climate changes all the time. What happened during the Great Ice Age? How did the ice melt? Was it because of all the factories that didn't exist? The cars that didn't exist? That's just how the planet works. Climate change is another scam to get people to buy into a whole new industry. Why do you think they created these organizations? It's all about taking advantage of a new idea, new industry. Let's go green and let's spend billions and trillions of dollars, and then let's get groups like these guys to organize these nonprofits so they can benefit from this. They tell you they're giving you a choice, but you had a choice. Ask John Rubo. Ask Mr. Sustainable Westchester Employee of the Month. He had another energy provider long before this Sustainable Westchester thing came around. So they must have been another choice. And why are you pushing it so hard, Mr. Rubo? Why? Why are you guys creating these Zoom meetings and town halls and these meetings in City Hall when you have people getting shot up in Yonkers? Where are the town halls for the gun violence? Where are the town halls for the mental health? Where are the town halls for the drug addiction? You know, the people that are high on the steps of City Hall? You know what I'm talking about, right? Where's the town hall meeting for that, John? Your answer for Sunday morning's shooting at Duos was to close the place down. But will that stop gun violence? Will that end gun violence, John? Because that's all you mentioned. And then you went back to pitching sustainable energy. Sustainable Westchester. That shit, excuse my language, it sickens me though. It makes me, it's very obvious. It pisses me off. You see these, just yesterday, 3 teens were pulled over in Getty Square. One of them was arrested after they tried to get away from police on foot, had a gun. A gun. What were these 3 teens getting ready to do? Had police not pulled them over. Great job, Yonkers police. Thank you. Thank you. These guys ain't helping you do your job out there. They're worried about Sustainable Westchester, YPD. Man, you guys stay safe out there. Traffic stops are some of the most dangerous things a police officer can do. In Getty Square, 3 teenagers at 7 o'clock last night in Getty Square ran off. One of them had a gun. And that was only about an hour before SWAT team showed up on Riverdale Avenue in an armored personnel carrier and stormed 334 Riverdale Avenue with machine guns. Yes, Sustainable Westchester, it's what's on the mind of our council members. Making sure that you stay in so they can get their 3% surcharge off you. Because you ain't nothing but a money-making piece of nothing. You're not even worth having a conversation with and asking if you would like to be enrolled. We're just going to force you into it because you are too dumb to make your own decision, according to Corazon Pineda. So we'll make it for you. What I'm pissed off most about is the fact that they have the balls to really go up there and sell you on this when we have so much going on in the city of Yonkers. Is that in their job description? Is a councilman's responsibility to assure that a company that comes into the city of Yonkers has enough customers? Is that their job? You took the time out to do this hour-long Zoom town hall, Rubo, about Sustainable Westchester, which you provided nothing. No facts, because at the end of the day, they tell you, we really can't tell you what the prices are going to be. We don't know. Nobody knows, except Lorraine Lopez. She knows. Yeah, I can trust her. I mean, one of the most trustworthy people in this city. Except for when it comes to turkeys. And other things that I will not mention. But I do know. I love how these people just pop out of nowhere. Try to help their little puppet master, because John is a puppet master to these little minions out here who run around trying to intimidate people with their loud bark. But their bite wasn't vicious. It's over for that. I'm going to let you know about it. I'm going to call you out. Should have just gave me my damn permits. You would have never heard of Freddy Vasquez. But now I want to find out what's up with this A Perfect Solution. Who are the clients? What do you actually do there? What credit card companies are you, or what are you processing? Let's find out. Who are the clients? Show us the paperwork. Hey, Liam McLaughlin, why don't you look into that? I hear it's a way to bypass campaign finance laws. That's what I hear from sources alleging that the Perfect Solution, John Rubel Inc. or Consulting Inc. credit card processing company that has one employee that took out an $89,000 PPP loan is a way to bypass campaign finance laws. Don't you see this guy is all about making money? He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about you in the 4th district, the seniors in the 4th district. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He cares about remaining Councilman Rubo, hopefully becoming mayor, and will do whatever it takes, switching parties, lying to you, and worrying about his business buddies. Look at the scam they pulled on you on the race for the 4th district. Look at the scam they pulled on you, folks. 4th district should be pissed off because they pulled a scam on you folks over there. They have no consideration, no respect for you in the 4th district. Zero. They're playing you guys left and right. And wait till they destroy that area over there with developments. Just wait. Just wait, because if you don't say nothing now, it'll be too late. And it's almost there. It's almost too late. And it's very obvious. So John Rubo, do your job. The council members of the city of Yonkers should not be talking to us about Sustainable Westchester. In fact, they should be asking Sustainable Westchester to extend or opt the people out right away who don't want to be in it. They should have done their job from the get-go and said, no, we don't believe that automatically enrolling our residents, our constituents, is the right thing to do. In fact, the state didn't think so, but they went along with it anyway, so long as you gave people enough time, because initially Sustainable Westchester did not want to give you much time, and that you properly informed the people. I put the documents up on my page if you want to read it. Did they properly inform the people? It doesn't seem like they did. Everything they do is low key. Think about all these meetings that they have with the planning board and the zoning board and the YIDA. How do they ever really tell us? You know how in a small little section in the Yonkers Tribune where you could barely see it because he puts this light color to the wording. I don't know if that's purposely done. So they did not allow enough time. They did not inform people well enough. They knew this was coming for a year now, at least, if not longer. And this is all a way for these elected officials throughout this county of Westchester to line their pockets. If you don't think they're making money, you're a fool. You're a fool. They're absolutely making money. Why else you think John Rubo would take an hour out of his life to sit there and convince you of it? Why else do you think Jason Baker would take an hour out of his life to sit there and convince you of it? You think it's because they love the community? You think it's because they want to save you money? If they love the community, John, you'll make sure that people are not in danger of getting hit by stray bullets. If you cared about the constituents and the people in the city of Yonkers, you would make sure that when I drive down Ashburn to my office, I don't see a man barely holding himself up, standing, about to fall. Another man laid on the street, just sitting there, laid out. A woman who looked to be high with her daughter sitting in the corner along a wall of a building in the middle of the day when she should be in school. Go to Getty Square. I could have to bob and weave. The homeless, the drug addicted, people yelling at themselves. And you care about Sustainable Westchester. John, shame on you. Shame on you. You don't care about the people in your district. You don't care about the seniors in your district. Shame on you for going on there and trying to sell them. I'm a salesman. I built my whole career on sales. I know exactly what you're doing. And it's all fluff. It's all fluff. You said absolutely nothing to the people. Absolutely nothing. And you should be ashamed of yourself because they elected you to represent them. And I've never seen you represent anything harder than Sustainable Westchester. Let's hope that nobody in District 4, God forbid, gets hit with a stray bullet. God forbid. But it's very possible. Because look what's happening here in the city of Yonkers. There's a shooting almost every other day. I'm Freddie Vasquez, Basement Politics, Rush Hour Report. Do your job, John. Do your job, City Council. You guys weren't elected to represent companies. Do your job, IG. Look into this perfect solution, John Rubo Inc. I guarantee you will find something there. If you wanted to do your job. But either way, there will be elections, and I will be the loudest voice out there to get rid of you. because you guys do nothing for the people. Nothing. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics. Rush Hour Report. Join me tonight. We're going to break down this sustainable Westchester. Where did these sneaky outfit come from? Why is John Rubel and other council members pushing so hard for them? Are they making money? Absolutely. Let's find out how. What is this perfect solution, John Rubel Inc.? Is he bypassing campaign finance laws? Yeah, folks. Stay with me. I am Freddie Vasquez. Have a blessed Thursday. I'll see you tonight.